back to another video. Today we have a nice chill video. I'm going to be testing out these new Arrtx markers, the acrylic new brush markers that they just came out with, as well as a new set of pastel alcohol markers. And these kind of came in a really good time because I really haven't done much sketching or like mindless drawing in my sketchbook in a while. So yeah, I'm gonna have lots of fun just kind of drawing some portraits and having fun with some colored markers. So this cute little pastel set of markers comes with its own unfilled swatch sheet, which, as you guys know, I love a swatch sheet, but I have a weird pet peeve about printed out swatch sheets. I always like doing my own so I can see what the markers actually look like when used on paper. So I was really excited to see that Arrtx implemented this into their packaging, and you get to actually fill out the swatch sheet yourself with the markers and see an accurate replication of what they look like and how they perform on paper. And these are so cute. Like, they're just probably my favorite set of colors. They're just all these cute little pastel colors and remind me of like a packet of Easter almonds. And they come in this cute little case. Look how cute! They're adorable. I'm super excited. Of course, the set isn't that big in terms of color range, so I'm going to be using these in par with some of my other markers, and I'm going to be filling in and coloring in this spread of sketches that I did a few weeks ago that I never got back to because I just haven't really had much time. And yeah, I'm just going to sit down with some tea and some music and have a good time coloring in these drawings I made for myself. I actually did these sketches while I was away on holiday. I was just having such a nice time, obviously feeling quite inspired and drawing quite a lot. And ever since then, back in July, I feel like I haven't really done much drawing, not for myself at least, in my free time, because I haven't really had much free time besides work. So this has definitely been a very necessary healing moment for me. So yeah, I just kind of started going in with my skin tone markers, and I'm using some of the pastel colors from the new Arrtx set to do the hair. And I kind of wanted to keep this spread really colorful and just very jovial, very happy and summery. So I'm going to try and implement as many colors as possible into this spread, and it's going to be quite nice. And it was also a good chance for me to brush up on my marker illustrating skills, because obviously I haven't used them in a while, let alone to draw little tiny portraits like this in my sketchbook. So it was very nice, I must admit. And in case you missed it, I am using my sketchbook that I did in collaboration with Archer and Olive. So in case you want to find out all the materials that I'm using in today's video, they will be down in the description. I mean, I don't really have much of a plan for this voiceover. I thought that I'd just do what I did for the video and just have a sit down and chill out and have a chat with you. It's been a very stressful few weeks / months, so my energy has been a bit depleted, and yeah, I'm starting to now kind of pick myself back up and having a little bit more motivation and energy to do certain things and to film certain videos, so hopefully that will continue. I've just had a lot of things happening in my personal life that have obviously depleted me a little bit, and I am now trying to gather my energy back up again in preparation for all the cons that I've got coming up. As you can see here, I'm just using one of the markers, and they are actually so opaque. I was quite surprised. I've never used an acrylic marker with a brush nib before, so it was very surprising to me that not only I didn't need to like press on the nib at all, like with usual paint markers, the paint just kind of came out really easily, but it was just as opaque as a normal acrylic marker with all the ease of a brush nib. I was really surprised and astounded with these markers. I will say I kind of used them a lot in these illustrations because I was such a fan. So yeah, I used them to kind of add details back into this portrait here and there, including like on her jewelry and her curly hair, etc. But yeah, as I was saying, I've got a bunch of conventions coming up. I've got 2 in September. I've got Birmingham Film and Comic Con, and then I've got Scotland Comic Con, and then in October I've got a London Comic Con, of course, and in November I've got Thought Bubbles. This is the most amount of conventions I've ever done in a row and in a year, like at all, so I'm very nervous about the amount of energy that I'm gonna have to store up, I guess, for the next few months, and hopefully I won't burn out or, you know, get way too exhausted. Hopefully I'll be okay. If you are coming to any of these conventions that I mentioned, don't be afraid to come say hi. In fact, I would love it if you came to say hi and have a wee chat with me at my tables. And if you are coming, make sure to keep an eye out on my social media for when I announce where I'll be, what table I'll be at, and what events I'll be doing, because I think I'm going to be doing some panels at some of these conventions. So yeah, it would just be lovely to see some of you. The last convention I did at London was so fun in May. It was, again, London Comic Con. They do 2 a year. And that one was so fun. It was my first convention in a while. I have a whole vlog here on my channel of it if you'd like to watch it. But yeah, it was just so lovely meeting so many of you. I was very not used to it. And yeah, it was very tiring, but very, very worth it. Hopefully I've picked up some tricks and tips from the last one, and hopefully I won't be as exhausted in the conventions to come. So yeah, I've got a lot of convention prep to do in the next few months, and it's kind of what I've been working on since my shop launch this month, which again took a lot of prep work in the month before that. Yeah, and I've been working on some projects behind the scenes as well that I obviously can't disclose yet, so I just feel like I've been burning away at both ends a little bit over the past few months, and it's kind of catching up with me a little bit. I have a tendency to burn out quite easily, and sometimes I forget that it can happen, it can chip away at you very easily without you realizing. So yeah, I'm glad I took note of it earlier rather than later, and I'm taking proper care of myself and trying to take it a little easy in these next coming months. And I have been making a conscious effort to have more free time for myself so I can draw and relax. I feel like I was going back into my old ways of working on my free time as well without really realizing it. And slowly but surely that also caught up with me. So yeah. But don't worry, I'm absolutely fine. Just taking it easy. Back to these portraits. This one here is probably my favorite one of the spread. I am absolutely in love with the sort of the composition of where her dreadlocks are, and I just think they look so cute. The color that I picked as well was quite adorable. Again, I didn't really have much of a plan for any of these portraits. I kind of just sat down with the markers and went to town, and there's such a freedom in that. I just feel like if I think too much about it, I'll kind of lose steam before I even start, and then I'll just lose confidence in myself without even starting to draw. So yeah, I've been trying to, again, just kind of doing things for the sake of doing them and not worrying too much about, a plan going in. Something that's helped in that department is I've been going back to doing live drawing every week. I kind of stopped during the summer because I felt like I was getting way too busy, and then I moved to a place slightly further away from where I usually go to live drawing, so I just kind of felt a bit more demotivated to go. But yeah, I recently started going again, and it was the best decision ever because it just really reignited sort of my love for just drawing for the sake of drawing and feeling like I'm working again on my art just for myself and improving for myself, rather than every single time I'm drawing, I'm doing it for a finished product or to some sort of finished end. It's just been nice to reacquaint myself with drawing for myself and just doing art for some form of therapy. I have a video actually coming up on the channel about that, drawing, you know, as a form of therapy, because, and I think I've done a video about that sort of topic before, but yeah, I've got another video coming to the channel a bit more in depth about that because of a painting that I did that I recorded the process of and everything. I hope you guys stay tuned and get excited for that video. This little spread, this whole afternoon that I had to myself, just kind of sitting in my piece and drawing out these lovely portraits of these lovely ladies, was just a very necessary moment that I needed, and it was definitely a lot of fun. It was just kind of a very lovely moment where I got to just sit with myself. I have been meaning to do another sketch with me video really soon. Again, I've kind of been putting it off because I have been just so tired and a bit overwhelmed lately, so I'm sorry that I haven't really done any more interactive sort of videos like that, but I have been, you know, feeling a bit overwhelmed, so I've been kind of doing these kinds of videos as a priority where I can just draw and click record and just kind of enjoy the process of doing the art without having to worry much about the content itself. So yeah, don't worry, I will get back to doing some videos like sketch with me's and stuff, but it might take a few more weeks. But again, stay tuned on my social media for when I ask for questions and things for those kinds of videos. I do really enjoy doing videos like that, don't get me wrong. It's just that they take a lot more mental preparation to actually sit down and record those, and I feel like it takes a lot of brain power out of me to divide my attention between trying to properly answer questions or properly talking throughout the video and also creating art at the same time. I feel like when I'm drawing and when I'm creating art, my brain really does shut off, which is a great thing. It's again why I draw for therapy and do art for therapy. But in turn, because of the fact that my brain kind of shuts off and relaxes a bit too much, I kind of forget to either speak, or I just don't really have a way of doing both at the same time. So that's why I have to be sort of in a very particular mindset to be able to record a video like that. Yeah, I feel like I need to build up my confidence back up again a little bit more in the next few weeks. But I have been, you know, thinking up and working on some content for you guys. It just obviously has taken a little bit longer to get stuff out because, again, I've been quite busy. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for your patience in terms of waiting for videos and the kind of videos that you guys have asked for. But I just hope that you stick with me, especially now that we're so close to 1 million subscribers. I feel like I haven't really mentioned that much on the channel yet, but we are ever so close to the big 1 mil, which is too crazy for me to even process yet. Probably will be, even if and when we hit it. So yeah, I mean, if you think someone that you know might enjoy the channel, make sure to like share it with them. Make sure you're subscribed, I guess, because I feel like a lot of people who watch my videos sometimes don't realize that they're actually not subscribed to me. I do that as well a lot with a lot of people that I watch on YouTube, but it'd just be really lovely to reach 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. I think that'll be really wild and crazy. Oh yeah, then in the spread I had this little sketch of a kitty that I actually did a few weeks / months ago actually, and I honestly had quite a lot of fun. And if you've watched my videos for a while, you know that I kind of don't really enjoy drawing animals that much, or really anything that isn't like a female portrait, so it was a nice little challenge for me in this spread. Actually, since recording this video and recording this voiceover, my beautiful kitty, Miffy, unfortunately did pass away. She has been on the channel a few times, so you guys might remember her. She was 21 or 22 years old. To be fair, we kind of stopped counting after 20 because that was a pretty big feat. So yeah, it's very, very sad, and unfortunately it was her time. But I took some time as well to heal from that, because she was my soulmate. I realized that it's just weird that I like drew a really good cat, which isn't usual. I feel like I'm terrible at drawing cats. And then, yeah, it was just around the time that she passed. If you guys would indulge me, I have like a whole Instagram stories highlight on my Instagram of just content of my dear Miffy and just her throughout the years. So yeah, if you'd like to see some beautiful pictures of her, you can find some there. Back to this really cute kitty. He's also very handsome, and I definitely leaned a lot on these Arrtx acrylic markers for this to draw all these details of fur and all these highlights. I feel like these paint markers, I've become so reliant on them in most of my works actually. I'll either do it, you know, just basically with these very opaque mediums. They're so helpful in terms of covering up mistakes and helping with details as well. I've become very reliant on them, and I just love the crispness and the opacity that they provide. Like, it's just so easy to add stuff in after the fact and know that they will like perform. So yeah, if you're looking for some really, really good acrylic markers, I could not recommend these Arrtx ones enough. Again, these were gifted, but this video is not sponsored by Arrtx. These are, you know, this is genuinely just my opinion on these. They're actually so amazing. And yeah, I obviously had a great time using the pastel marker set, but I had already used Arrtx markers, so that was no surprise that I enjoyed them. These new acrylic markers were definitely the star of the show, and I'm going to be using them quite a lot in the drawings to come, so you'll probably see them on the channel again. So yeah, thank you Arrtx for sending these to me. I had a lovely time using them. And that was it for this spread that I did, all these illustrations. It ended up being quite colorful, and I'm very happy with it. Just one last time, these acrylic markers, 10 out of 10. Sorry that I was kind of all over the place in the voiceover, but I just felt like being chatty today and chatting to you while I did these drawings. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did down in the comments, and like and subscribe. Thank you so much for all your support always, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!